Okay, so I want to show you how to find which pages of your website might need to be refreshed. With all the Google updates in the past year, a lot of sites have been hit hard. I've been helping a lot of clients overcome this because Google's punishing old content. So there's a lot of old blog posts that might have gotten a lot of traffic, and then all of a sudden, with one of the updates, either last fall or in March, it just dropped off the face of the earth. So to identify those and go in and freshen them up, I want to show you how to do that. So you need to go to your analytics. So the first thing you do is go to analytics.google.com and get to your website analytics. So once you're there, we're going to go to the acquisition. If you're used to checking your SEO stats, you've done this before, but acquisition, channels, and you get to choose your channel for analytics here, and you're going to go with organic search. Now, you want to set a time frame that includes, that'll show you where the big drop. So if it was last year, then you may want to include all the time from January to June last year, this year over last year. So if it was March, that may have, if March is what killed you, then you may want to look at stuff from January, April versus January of April last year, and you'll see the big drop off. So my site wasn't hit too hard by this, and in fact, I actually gained some traffic, but there were particular articles on my site that this happened to that need to be freshened up. So this is a good example because it's not overly complicated with too many pages. So what you want to do is you want to look at January through April or May. You could do May of this year and compare it to last year before the algorithm updates. Now, this should work even if you were hit in the fall of last year because it'll still be the time frame you're looking at this year will be after the Google change, and the time frame you're looking last year will be before. So January to April, January to May, whatever you want to do. So you have a good chunk of data to come in, and then compare it to that exact same period last year. You click apply, and we're good to go. I have it set there at those dates. Looking at your organic traffic now. So the secondary dimension that you want to add is your actual landing page, which is under behavior. You click second dimension and then go down to behavior, and then you'll find landing page here. So this is the page that people found you, was ranking on, and they hit it and came into your website. Now this is where you're going to get your information. So you've got the traffic from last year versus this year, and you're going to look for pages, look under users here, and you're going to look for pages where last year had significantly more than this year. Now, the way it's organized is how many the pages have the most traffic this year, so it doesn't really organize by what came in last year. So you kind of have to go down through and look for loss or big losses in pages. Now, if you look here, bam, so here we found one. Last year, this, and if you have hundreds of pages, this becomes a little bit more complicated, but that's why I chose my site, because there's not quite as many pages going on. Now we come here, we see something dropped 70%. What is LPO or CRO converting the visitor? So this is likely, if you go with this on your own site and you click here, you can your blog post or whatever page, and to a post from earlier. March 1st, 2017, exactly. So this was a couple of years old, and Google has deemed this to be old and not fresh anymore. So now you've identified a target. You need to go back to your page and update the information, refresh it with information, update it with things, and get it re-indexed, and it might come back and get that strength that it had before. Now, if you have a lot of content and you've been hit really hard, you may have a number of pages you have to do this with. I've helped clients and companies that have hundreds of pages, so it's a lot more complicated. But I just wanted to show you how to do one of them. You can expand the number of pages you look at down here. This is just showing rows 1 to 10. I did that to be simple, but you can show 1,000 rows if you want. Go through and just find those big changes and address them one at a time. Find the biggest drops and do those first, and then go from there. But hopefully this will help you with that. Go into your website and update those pages and get them indexed again by Google, and hopefully it can cap some of these. Some of you probably have a lot of work to do, but I just wanted to show you how to get started.